Today I'm going to be troubleshooting a dishwasher that was left and abandoned in an electrical room. There's no notes on it that say what's wrong with it. So I'm going to do some very basic tests on components that fail all the time on these Whirlpool dishwashers. This will be a great educational video for newer techs, as I'm going to show you how to check the wash pump, drain pump, and heater element on this Whirlpool dishwasher. I'm going to remove this drain pump. To do that, there is a tab that needs to be pushed up. Once this tab is pushed in, you just twist to the left and pull out, and the drain pump should come right out. With the drain pump out, check inside the drain hole for any broken glass. That's a common problem that I see a lot with these Whirlpool dishwashers. If you have to remove the power from the drain pump, there is a small tab that has to be pushed down. You can't just pull it out with force or you'll rip the wires or the connection. Just push down on the tab and gently wiggle the connection out. Next, I'm going to ohm out this motor with my multimeter. Then I'm going to check the service tech sheet to see what I'm looking for. This one I want to range between 15 and 60 ohms. You can see my meter set to the ohm symbol, and I'm reading about 37 ohms, which is within specs according to the tech sheet. To reinstall the drain pump, line it up until it's flat, and then twist to the right, and you'll hear it snap in place. I also want to do a visual inspection right here on the drain hose. There's a check valve. Sometimes stuff like glass and other gunk can get stuck in this hose. This one, although it looks dirty, I don't see any major obstructions in it. To remove the wash motor from the sump, there is a tab that has to be pushed down, and then you can just twist the pump to the left, kind of similar to the drain pump motor. We can see here the impeller is blocked up with foreign objects. This is definitely going to affect how efficient the wash cycle is. This dishwasher's been sitting a while, so I know that these O-rings are dried up. So I'm going to apply some plumber's grease to this wash pump motor O-ring before I reinstall it. The wash pump motor installs pretty similar to the way that the drain pump motor does. Now I'm going to ohm out the wash motor just to make sure that it's good electrically, and then I'm going to compare it to what the tech sheet says. We want it between 5 and 15 ohms. The ohms will change depending on what the indoor temperature is. Next is the most misdiagnosed part on a dishwasher and apartment maintenance anyway, and that's the heater element. To check this, we want to remove the connections from the heater element. And the easiest way is set it to continuity. If it beeps, it's good. If it doesn't beep, then we know it's not good. If you want to do an ohms test, find out what the ohms should be. This one's between 8 and 30. This is what a heating element should look like when you do a continuity test. You've got the beep. We have 12 ohms, which is within range. And you can even put it on the ohms and test it just to make sure that it's within range. So I'm just going to swap this heating element out real quick with the one we were working on. Also want to test this thermal fuse that's on the bottom of the dishwasher that is in the heating element circuit. These rarely fail, but it's still something that you should check, as it's very quick to do so. It should be normally closed, and it's just going to act like a wire. This one reads good. If it read OL, it would be bad. Now I'm just going to quickly swap out this bad heating element with the good one that we just tested. These are pretty self-explanatory to swap out. Just make sure that they sit in the resting brackets correctly, and don't go over tightening the lock and nuts with a wrench. A half turn past hand tight should do the trick to prevent any leaks. With everything hooked back up, I'm going to apply power to this dishwasher, hook the water up, turn the water on, and test everything out. Got the dishwasher hooked up. Now I'm testing it. Everything sounds good so far. From here, I just check all of the other components, make sure it's draining, make sure it's heating before I grab about half a cup of CLR and run it through the dishwasher a couple of times. Can definitely clean out these spray arms, which are all clogged up with gunk, and definitely do a deep clean of the filter and vent area. I got a video on that right here if you're interested. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Dave. This fix is done.